Hey, good morning. Um, I've been up for hours this morning, and I woke up 6ish, and sometimes in the morning, I'll just put on a video, still in bed, still kind of in that space between awake and asleep, and drifting in and out, and I'll put on a video and listen to Mooji. Mooji is kind of, for me these days, my current teacher, if you will. And wow, just such great stuff this morning. Just such great stuff, and I found myself in just a beautiful state this morning, listening to Mooji. But what I wanted to, what came, I guess, to share with you or talk about a little bit was teachers. I got thinking about, the people in my life over the last years. Even as a young man, that had an influence, and while I would consider, whether they knew it or not, they were teachers. And I don't know where to say it started, but when I think of, as a really young man, I think of both my grandfathers. Were quiet, contemplative. My grandfather Glen was a storyteller and a poet, and was published, and I really kind of looked up to him, and my other grandfather Emery. I got to spend quite a bit of time with Emery. This is quite a long time ago, but I got to spend time with Emery, and just him and I in the garden, painting the barn, and there were little lessons all along, and I've been blessed with a curiosity, I guess. And when it comes to teachers, like in school, there weren't very many. There were a few that stood out for me. I'm trying to think. Mrs. Williamson was great. This is just some of the ones. Frank Bowser. I don't know. This is these names that are just coming that were, I didn't actually take to school very well. Back in the day, I didn't really fit into school. Didn't go, actually. I didn't. I decided that high school wasn't for me, and I hit the road, and I had, hitchhiked around the country, and had discovered drugs and alcohol and girls and motorcycles, and so school wasn't really for me. But learning never stopped. Learning never stopped. I remember, back with one of my teachers was Mandino. I'm going to list a few people that there weren't people that I necessarily sat in front of. Some of them I've been blessed to sit in front of, and some I haven't. But Og had the greatest salesman in the world, and he'd written some great books. He really did at the time, and I think I've read everything that he published, and he was the editor of Success magazine years ago, and then Napoleon Hill was amazing, and Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich and a number of other books, and I was certainly a student of his, and the key, I guess, is that from a very young age, I was open to learning. I was curious. I wanted to know what was going on here in a bigger picture. I wasn't that interested in math and science, and as much as I was interested in the ways of the world, and Norman Vincent Peale. I know this is old, but Norman Vincent Peale was amazing, and there's just names that are coming to me. You know, there was a fella in Calgary years ago, Toby. Kelly was a local guy, and I learned a lot from Kelly. It was amazing. And then, you know, I discovered the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous in 1980, and it was actually I before I got sober in 1980, I read the book in 79 and 80, and then I finally sobered up and, you know, and stopped drinking and using, because I recognized that it just was not serving me, and actually was killing me, but Bill Wilson, you know, who was really the co-author of the book Alcoholics Anonymous, you know, I would consider a teacher, and even though I never, you know, met him, and then a number of sponsors over the years that have been patient with me, and you know, been there to guide. Amazing. And, you know, I met an amazing teacher years ago. His name was Paul Lowe, and I got to sit with Paul for a long time. For over 14 years, I got to be with him and travel. And, you know, at the same time, though, I was looking at a lot of other stuff. When I think of some of the teachers, Osho, of course. Osho was amazing. And I look at my books right now. Oh, John D. Martini. I spent a lot of time with John D. Martini. Wow, like tons of time with John D. Martini. And the men's weekend was amazing. And Justin Sterling was the teacher of the men's weekend, and I learned a lot, you know. So it was all of these things went into help me see, you know. Ended up going to India and spending time with the Dalai Lama, and the Dalai Lama was, you know, is well written, and I've read some of his stuff, but again, a teacher that I got to sit in front of and spend some time in session with. So a thirst for knowledge, understanding, has been a key in you know, in what's been happening in my life, I think. I have to say that if we ask, you know, if we in prayer, in conversation, if we ask to be shown, the information will come to us. It really does. Gurdjieff, looking at Gurdjieff, I studied some of Gurdjieff. Dr. David Hawkins. Hawkins was, I've read everything that Hawkins published, pretty much everything, and I really, so all of these people that I'm mentioning, I recommend the Bible, a great book, and Course in Miracles, but teachers, my gosh, Tony Robbins. I actually got to go spend time with Tony, and to sit in front of Tony, and a great message, a great message. Of course, the teachers are all around us too, if we're willing to listen and take it in. I think of my kids. I have three beautiful adult kids, children, or whatever you want to call them, and teachers for sure. No question, teachers for sure, and yeah, the list just goes on and on and on. I was thinking of Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart, great stuff, And so this is just a short list of the people that I feel I've studied with over the years, and I'm only sharing this because I believe that it's important to be open, and to be on the search, if you will, I'm going to make a list of these with this, and it really does go on and on and on, of all the people that I've studied with over the years. Did I say Course in Miracles? Yes. Eckhart Tolle. Yes. So, how open are we? How open are we? You know, how humble are we? Are we humble enough to say yes? You know, Stephen Micheal, you know, uh, this this book actually that I'm planning to read online here with you guys over. I'm going to start in October. So Stephen Mitchell's just, you know, he did this translation of the Bhagavad Gita. Wow, beautiful. Micheal, what was Michael's last name? Micheal, he wrote the Surrender Experiment. I forget Michael's last name right now, but Tao Te Ching, of course, and so there's some great pieces from all over from the years gone by, you know, that have all contributed to, I believe, to, you know, what's, you know, who I am today, and who am I today? Michael Singer, thank you. Yes. Thanks, Toby. Yeah. Um, yes, my family. Oh, my brothers. You know, when you think of it, the people that we get to be really close to and intimate to with, you know, we get to learn from them. My brother Bob, Terry, Chris, my sister. These are all teachers, all of our teachers. You know, of course, my mom and my dad. You know, and my suggestion, I guess, is that, you know, that we look always at where we are, be conscious of where we are in each situation, and for the lesson, for the opportunity to see ourselves, and because we're surrounded by beautiful teachers, and so that's a bit of a short list of some of the teachers in my life, and maybe share some of yours if you'd like in a comment. You know, I know that there's way more that I haven't mentioned in my life that I just can't remember right now. But there's, yeah, lots. Okay, that's it. Just a little bit, you know, if we're, I guess, there needs to be a certain level of humility to learn, to be open to learn, to say yes to learning. And sometimes I think I didn't have very much of it because I've often felt like I was a bit of a slow learner, you know. and I'm so grateful today for the opening that's happened. You know, yes. Thanks, Toby. And, you know, we're all teachers. We all have the opportunity. I mean, that's the beautiful thing, that almost the terms of the terms of the agreement of the lessons that we get is that we get to give them away. You know, that's the beauty, the terms of, you know. And I know in the 12-step world, you know, we don't have to master the deal to be able to help others. We don't have to totally, you know, understand or have had the awakened experience to be able to carry the message of love. And so no matter where you are, you are and can be a teacher to others. You can lift others up. We can listen and help them to see what's happening in the day. So just remember that yes, teachers are all around us. And I mean, many of them have really risked themselves to carry a message. You know, they've come out in vulnerability to share their experience and their strength and their hope and their love. And I think it's our responsibility to do the same. You know, if we give it away, we can't keep it, actually, if we don't give it away. That's the whole thing. So remember that you probably have a huge list of teachers, and a nice idea to write them down, say, look at all the people in your life that to be grateful for their time and their teachings. And then, you know, remember that you're a teacher. We are, and we can give it away. So that's it. You know, simple. Today I'm feeling lots of gratitude in linear time. Today is my birthday. I'm been here on the planet quite a few days. I was born on September 18th, and so thank you for for traveling this road together, for being here for all of us together. It's just I'm filled with gratitude, and I'm filled with gratitude for my teachers, and currently I'm spending a lot of time with Mooji online, but he is a teacher, of course, but he just points the way towards surrendering ego, towards surrendering myself, because my persona is not really me, and my best thinking, based on the conditioning and the belief systems that were established for me, didn't serve me, and so all these years it's been about seeing who am I, and I thought for a long time trying to develop a better version of me, and David 3.0, and Mooji helped me to get to a place where I could just let David go, and no 3.0, just O. Right? Ram Dass talks about it too, becoming nobody, and when we surrender all of our ideas of who we think we are, we can just be in the moment, just be love, our natural state. So Mooji's really, helped me get there. And so all of the teachers, though, from the very beginning, from my grade 1 teacher, from even before that, all helped to get me to this place where I realized that I couldn't build a better me from a persona state, even though I tried all my life to do that. I had to let go of me and become something that's indescribable, one with the one. So I'm awfully grateful. Thank you, guys. And a couple of quick things. I mentioned we're going to read the Bhagavad Gita, get a copy, and we can do it together, right? Thank you. Get a copy of the Bhagavad Gita, and we'll do that together. That's going to come up in October. Meditation night on Monday evenings here at the house, so we get to talk about being nobody, letting go, not finding ways to correct, or not finding ways to reframe, so not a therapy group. Yes, yeah, not a therapy group. We get together to talk about surrender, and so that's Monday night at 7:30 here, or we're also going to be on Facebook Live and YouTube Live and on Monday. And love it if you go on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. All right, and love you guys. Have a super day. I'm going to have a super day. Have dinner with family tonight. I'm excited. Okay, love you. Cheers.